Good morning, everyone. My name is Malik. Today, I'll be giving you a brief introduction to some key topics in our subject Foundation in Computer. Introduction to Computer System and Network. Let's start with the computer architecture. This is about understanding how different hardware components work together. The CPU acts as the brain of the computer, handling instruction and processing data. RAM is a short-term memory, helping the system run programs quickly, while storage devices like hard drives and SSDs hold all the files and software long-term. This component must work together smoothly to keep computer functioning properly. Next is data representation. Computer use binary codes, just zeros and ones, to store, process all kinds of information, including text, picture, and sounds. For example, letters are stored using ASCII. Image use format like JPEG, JPEG, and music or radio is stored in binary waveform. Understanding binary helps us to see how computer makes sense of the world. Then we move on to computer network. These allow computer to communicate and share data with its small local area network, massive internet. Network connects device through a router, switch, and wireless signal, making communication fast and efficient. Finally, let's talk about security and efficiency. Computer use encryption to protect sensitive data and compression to reduce file size and faster transfers. A well-designed network also helps to keep data secure while improving speed and performance. I'd like to explain the internal component of CPU, which is a central processing unit, the brain of the computer. First, we all have control unit or CU. This part directs the entire operation of the processor. It doesn't process data itself, but it tells other parts what to do and when to do. Think of her like a traffic controller of a CPU. Next is the arithmetic logic unit or ALU. This is where actual processing happens. It performs all the arithmetic operation like addition, subtraction, and logic operation. Like comparing numbers. Anytime the computer need to make a decision or do a calculation, it goes through the ALU. Then there are registers. These are very small storage area inside the CPU, but they are extremely fast. Register temporarily holds data that CPU is working on, like numbers during calculations, instructions being processed. We also have the cache, which is a type of high-speed memory. It stores frequent used instruction and data, so the CPU doesn't have to go back to slower main memory. This helps speed up performance. Finally, the clock keeps everything in sync. It sends out a timing signal that controls how fast the CPU operates. Every instruction and task happen in rhythm with this clock signal. Now I'll explain the main function of the CPU, which is the core of any computer. First, CPU fetches and decodes instruction. It retrieves program instruction from memory and breaks them down to understand what need to be done. Next is processes data. Use the arithmetic logic unit or, as I mentioned, ALU. This part handles all calculation and logical decision, things like adding numbers and comparing values, as you know. The CPU also control system operation. It manages the flow of data between itself, the memory, and input-output device. making sure that everything runs smoothly. Finally, it executes command in sequence by following the instruction cycle: fetch, decode, execute, and store. This cycle repeat over and over to run program step by step. Now let's look at how hardware components work together inside a computer system. At the center is CPU, which processes all instruction and make decision. It's like the brain of the computer, as you all know, but it needs to help from other components. RAM work closely with the CPU by temporarily storing data that currently being used. This allows the CPU to access information quickly, making the system run faster. Storage devices like hard drives and SSDs hold data permanently. Things like your files, program, and the operating system. Input devices such as a keyboard or mouse send data and command into the system which CPU process. Once the data is processed, output device like monitor, printer, display or present the result to the user. Finally, the mother ties everything together. It connects the CPU, RAM, storage, and all input-output devices so they can communicate efficiently. Now let's take a look at the different types of storage media. First, we have hard disk drive (HDDs), which offer large capacity for long-term storage. Then there are solid-state drives (SSDs), which are much faster and often used to store the operating system and important files. Optical discs like CD and DVD are commonly used for distributing music, videos, software. USB flash drives are small portable devices great for transferring files. Finally, cloud storage allows users to save, and access data online from anywhere with internet connection. Now we'll go on to how data is represented in computer system. Everything in a computer is stored as a bit and bytes. A bit is smallest unit, just a 1, a 0, and 8 bits make a byte, which can represent a character like letter or number. Character encoding system like ASCII and Unicode convert letter symbols and even emojis to binary, so the computer can understand them. Different data types like text, image, numbers, and sound each use unique binary format to store and process equivalently. Now I'll briefly explain encryption in data representation. Encryption is the process of converting data into coded form so that only authorized users can understand it. Its main purpose is to protect sensitive information, especially during online communication. Common example in SSL encryption, which secure data between your browser and website, like during online banking. There are two main types: symmetric encryption, where the same key is used to encrypt and decrypt, and asymmetric encryption, which is used public and private key for added security. Let's talk about how image and sound are represented in computer system. Image are made up of tiny dots called pixels. Each pixel has color information that is stored in binary, and common image format include JPEG and PNG. For sounds, analog audio signals like a voice are converted into digital form through a process called sampling, which captures sound at regular intervals. These binary data is saved in format like MP3 or V8B, WAV. Explain why compression is important in computing. First, it reduces file size, which save space on our device, make system more efficient. Second, smaller files transfer faster across the internet, which means quicker uploads and downloads. Lastly, it improves our streaming experience. Compressed image, videos, and audio loads more quickly, which reduce lag and buffering. Move on to the types of computer network. LAN connect device, which is known as local area network in a small area like home, office, school. It's fast, efficient, using Ethernet or Wi-Fi to link computer, printer, and save servers within the same building or campus. WAN, wide area network. A WAN cover large geographical area, often connect multiple LANs across cities, countries, or globally. The internet is the biggest example. WANs have slower speed due to their large scale and long distance. Next, MAN, Metropolitan Area Network. A MAN connects device over city or large campus, offering faster speed than WANs. It's commonly used for citywide network, like connecting municipal service or university campuses. The next is network hardware, software, and how they transmission media. Hardware. Key network hardware include router for direct data between network, switch for connecting device within a network, a network interface card (NIC) that allows device to connect the network. Network software include network operating system that manage network resource and ensure smooth communication. Firewalls are used to protect network by filtering incoming and outgoing traffic based on the security rules. Transmission media. This refers to the physical means used for data transmission. Ethernet cables are commonly used for wired connection. Fiber optics offer high-speed data transfer over long distance, and Wi-Fi enables wireless communication. Now we'll move on to the famous WWT, World Wide Technology. World Wide Web Technology, sorry. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are the core technology of the web development. HTML structure the content of web page. CSS style them, and JavaScript add interactive like buttons and forms. Web browsers such as Chrome, Firefox, and Edge interact and display the web count of content for the user. Web server hosts website and deliver content to users. Web protocol like HTTP enables communication between browser and servers, while HTTPS adds a layer of security by encrypting data and ensuring security connection. Move on. Computer network topologies. Network topology is the arrangement of devices in a network and how they are connected. Common types include bus, star, ring, mesh, and tree topologies. Each topology has its own advantage. For example, bus is simple and cost-effective. Star offers easy management. Ring ensures smooth data flows. Mesh is highly reliable, and the tree is scalable. However, they also come with a disadvantage like complexity, central point, failure risk, and high cost. The choice of topology depends on the network's size, reliable requirement, and budget. And finally, thank you for listening, and I'd be happy to answer any question you may have.